Hi, how you doing? I'm Doug Salter, chef partner at RPM.
My name is Giuseppe Tentori. I'm executive chef here at GT Prime.
Chris Pandel here at Swift & Sons.
How to cook an awesome steakhouse steak at home.
So there's a few basic principles for cooking a great steak. Great steak is one.
One of my favorite cuts of steak is the bone-in ribeye.
I love a ribeye steak with the bone in. It helps protect it, get more flavor. And we're looking about an inch and a half thick.
Here we have an 8-ounce filet. Pretty standard cut of beef that you can find in most grocery stores.
We use a lot of small cuts of meat. Today we're gonna have bison, venison, wagyu, tenderloin, and strip loin.
One of the more important things is letting your steak be able to come to room temperature.
When we're seasoning our steak, we want to season with a rough kosher salt.
Being really liberal with the salt and pepper truly helps us get a beautiful crust.
If you season the steaks the day before or the night before and let them sit in the fridge overnight, you'll actually get more seasoning towards the center of the steak, which is awesome.
You have lots of different ways to cook a steak.
Having a pan that has some real heft to it.
If you don't have cast iron, copper works, or just a regular saute pan.
Vegetable oil, add just a little bit to the pan.
Once the oil is smoking, we'll turn the temperature back down to medium.
You hear it when you put it in?
So all we're doing right now is searing the steak and trying to get a nice crust on the exterior of it.
Where you're gonna be cooking it on a grill, for us, we prefer using the wood fire.
And what it does, it will give it like a nice flavor.
You're noticing that there's not a massive flare-up or anything engulfing the steak, but we're just looking to get a nice, even roasted char and sear on the steak at this time.
You wanna make sure the meat doesn't touch each other. It's very, very important.
So now I can start to smell my steak, which is really important. A little peek in there. We start to see we have a nice crust already forming on our steak.
Now we're gonna sear the sides of the steak. We're just gonna continue to roll it around. We keep rolling it to new hot spots on the pan to continue to pick up more color.
Our other side of the beef is starting to get caramelized nice, which is beautiful. So the one thing I'll do is I'll take my pan and I'll kind of disregard some of the vegetable oil we started with, some of those flavors we don't really enjoy.
Pan searing the steak gives you the ability to make a pan sauce.
At this point, we'll add a little bit of whole butter to the pan. Very important, right? We want our butter to be nice and kind of create a nice caramelization on the top of our steak.
We have some aromatics. We've got some sliced shallot, some garlic clove, a big old sprig of rosemary, some thyme.
So one of the things we developed was a thing called the beef butter. It's all the great things that you would get in a pan sauce: red wine, garlic, thyme, black pepper, and we put it in a butter. So as our steaks are roasting, we like to just baste them.
So again, we're just kind of basting away from ourselves, keeping that foamy butter going right on top of our steak, you know?
So we're just gonna gently pour over all this lightly browning butter.
So see how we're getting that beautiful char?
So the meat, when it's done too, has to come out of the grill and then has to rest for at least 3 to 5 minutes.
At this point, if we cut it right now, I would see the cutting board would be covered in blood.
They'll stay inside the steak, which allows it to be actually moist.
So after your meat's rested, you can start to feel that it was much more tense when it was on the grill and it was very hot. And now it's kind of relaxed and the meat itself has softened a bit.
I'll put it on my little cutting board. I'll add my garlic on top.
Try to have like a different salt. Like here, we serve the meat with 3 different types of salt.
And for us, we like to finish the steak with a little bit of Maldon sea salt.
They get a nice, beautiful steak. They get a little bit of the outside. They have a great piece from the inside.
If you are a fan of black pepper and red meat, which you should be, the time to add it is right now.
A little bit of slowly confit garlic, and then a little bit of just fried rosemary.
Great pickled cherry peppers. They really give us some great flavor to it. And again, that seasoning salt. Just enhance our steak right over the top. And this is how you cook a perfect steak at home.